How's it going? My name is Roshan C. Evans. I am the falsely accused sex offender. A guy that's on the sex offender registry from a case that took place when I was 17 years old. When I was 17 years old, a female 1 year and 4 months younger than me snuck out of her home, came to hang out with me. When we went to go pick her up, she called my phone right before we went to go pick her up to tell me not to go to her home, pick her up at the corner, and I advised her we were already almost there, so come on. It never registered to me that her saying, "Don't come to my house, meet me at the corner," that she snuck out. Didn't think about it. Honestly, didn't care. Met her at the corner, picked her up. As soon as she got in the car, she began to immediately go in my pants. She was touching me. I was touching her. I was under her shirt. We was doing what kids wanted to do when no adults was around, which was be grown. We went to the house. We attempted to have sex. Yes, we did. But I could not maintain an erection. All I can do was keep my erection to a medium soft, but every time I tried to actually do what we wanted to do, it would go soft. So I was only able to ejaculate on the floor. We were unable to have sex. No penetration at all. We only touched each other. Everything was mutual. That day, she did end up having sex with somebody else in the house with almost the same name as me. His name was Rashad at the time. He was 2 years older than me, which would make him about 3+ years older than her, almost 4. But we were still all in the same age group. And it just so happened that I am the only one that ended up on a sex offender registry list behind statutory. She didn't know anyone else's name in the house but mine's, even though me and him had the same name. She never met him before. Long story short, nothing took place out of line when I was 17, the day that this young lady snuck out of her home. The only thing that went wrong was, I don't know, outside of an angry parent, maybe a lying girl. I don't know. I have no idea what she actually went home and told her mom. But something took place that changed my life forever. And I had no idea how my life would change at the age of 17. I told everybody what happened, which nothing happened. But yet, they wouldn't let it go. And I ended up signing a plea deal for 36 months probation, 6 months ankle monitor, and then 10 years registration, sex offender registration. I had no idea what a sex offender registration was. Never heard of a sex offender registration. The only thing I knew, that if I did not sign this plea deal, admitting some type of guilt somewhere, to take this plea deal of 36 months probation, 6 months ankle monitor, and 10 years to register, which I didn't know what a registry was. My lawyer told me I would just have to tell the police where I live for the next 10 years. The only reason I signed this plea deal was to avoid 15 years in prison. They told me, my lawyer told me, that if I did not sign this plea deal, that I was going to go away for 15 years and I was only 17 years old. That's almost like my life again. And again, you know, I couldn't imagine doing a week. And you talking about 15 years, I couldn't do that. So I ended up signing this plea deal thinking that I was free. And here I am 20 years later still dealing with the same thing. For those of you that have been watching my YouTube channel, you know that I recently, last fall, 2018, ended up getting into an altercation, non-violent altercation, just a disagreement that led on someone getting the police involved. And when the police got involved, they ran my name and they realized I was on the sex offender registry list for something that took place over 20 years ago now. And even though I should have been done at 10 years, I'm still on the sex offender registry list. And Texas had me on the sex offender registry list for life. And they say I'm going to have to do this for the rest of my life. They say there's no chance I'm getting off the sex offender registry list. Even though when I signed in Michigan, my lawyer told me I would only have to do this for 10 years. Texas said I have to do it for life. So when police was called for nonviolent altercation, a dispute rather, they realized I was on a sex offender registry list. And I was kicked out of school at the end of the semester. Excuse me. I was kicked out at the end of the semester, right before finals. The semester right before my final semester, before I graduate. Well, I was supposed to graduate. And they kicked me out of school for a failure to register at HCC. Now, even though I'm a book author of Stolen Identity, I talk about my story. I tell everybody my story. My book, Stolen Identity, talk about how I was sucked into the judicial system behind this sex charge. That shouldn't be a sex charge. I'm selling this book all over campus. Everybody got this book. Students, the doctors, the deans, even HCC police officers have my book. You know, no big deal. I'm registered with the state of Texas. But when this verbal disagreement came up and they ran my name, that's when I was actually kicked out of school, and they said it because I didn't register at HCC. Even though I was registered with the state of Texas, they kicked me out of school and they told me that I'm not to come back to school until they finish some type of investigation. I have no idea what kind of investigation or what they was investigating. Yes, I am on the sex offender registry list. Yes, my case happened back in 1999 when I was 17. Yes, my case was with somebody that was 1 year and 4 months younger than me that snuck out of her home against my knowledge. Yes, my case is bogus. Yes, I signed a plea deal admitting guilt in order to not get 15 years. What kind of guilt did I admit to? I don't know. The guilt that I admitted to was touching a minor. That's what they wanted me to admit to. We both were minors. They said I would only have to do the registration for 10 years. It's over 20 years. I got kicked out of school for it. Okay. They kept me out of school until they completed some kind of investigation. I don't know what they needed to look up or what they needed to find before I came back. But in the middle of me being kicked out of school, I was interning in the courthouse for one of the newly elected judges. She gave me the opportunity to intern with her. I was grateful for the internship. You know, grateful that she gave me the opportunity to intern in the courthouse, despite me not making it to law school yet. I was grateful because she know what I want to do in my future, and I am going to go to law school, and she gave me the opportunity before the opportunity actually came to me, you know. Not even an L1 yet. I'm grateful. I was grateful, you know, that the judge that I was interning for knew my situation, was well aware of my situation, and despite my situation, she took a chance on giving me the opportunity to actually learn in her courtroom. You know, I was grateful for that. But while I was interning for the judge, waiting on the school to finish whatever investigation they needed to wrap up, I ended up getting incarcerated at the courthouse, you know, for the failure to register over at the HCC campus, for not registering at the school when I signed at the age of 17. They told me I would only have to do this for 10 years. And it's over 20 years. They came and got me. Even though I was registered with the state, but didn't register with the school, because I didn't even know that this policy actually existed with the school. I knew that as long as I was registered with the state, I was fine. I didn't know I had to double register at the school and register with the state. Like, I've never heard of double registering, never ever in life. When I caught my charge, I was 17. I was still in school. I never ever had to register at school and go register at the state. When I graduated school and moved off to college in back when I was 19 and 20, I never had to register with the state and register at school. Like, this double registration is all new to me. So I ended up getting arrested at the courthouse for failure to register at the school from the case that took place over 20 years ago, when I was supposed to be registering for 10 years. And when I tell you that was one humiliating moment in my life, that was very embarrassing. Like, I couldn't believe that I was being walked through the courthouse from the judge's chambers in handcuffs for a failure to register. It's like, I was talking to somebody yesterday, and they say the choices and decisions we make today choose our future for tomorrow. But sometimes the choices and decisions we make today don't necessarily choose our future, because the future chooses us. And for some reason, I was the one chosen to carry out some mission that I don't fully understand yet. So I'm here trying to figure this all out, you know. Trying to get my life together, trying to make decisions today because I know that the decisions I make today, I may not reap the rewards and the benefits of trying to fix a broken system, but the decisions I make today, it's a strong possibility the people that comes behind me will reap the benefits of everything I do today when it comes to trying to bring awareness to what's taking place with me, so we can fix this broken system. But let me get back on track here. I didn't know I had to register at the school. I thought as long as I registered with the state, it was fine, because I never had to register with the school and the state before. Normally, all I have to do is register with the state, and it's fine. I was in high school when it took place, and I never had to register at school. So I end up getting arrested in the courthouse. Now I'm going to court. HCC fixed my registration. They told me I can come back, but it was too late by the time they told me to come back. You know, the day that they arrested me, HCC finished their investigation like 2 or 3 days later after I was already arrested. I wish they would have finished up the investigation 2 or 3 days before, you know, but so now I'm going to court. So, but I don't want to go through this problem again. I don't want to have to get in trouble behind something that I feel like I shouldn't be going through anyway. But again, you know, like I just said a few minutes ago, sometimes your future choose you. And I graduated HCC. Now I attend UHD downtown, University of Houston. So I went to the University of Houston downtown to register as a sex offender, because I don't want to get arrested for not registering, double registering at the school as well as the municipality. So when I went to register at UHD downtown, the way the officer looked at me, it was like I was some kind of disgrace. He looked at me like I was the scum of the earth. And it's like, you don't even know me. You don't even know who I am. You have no idea what put me here and how I got here. You know that this system is corrupt and it is not meant to benefit many. You know, and I don't care who you are, you know about the racial disparities when it comes to people on probation, parole, and prison. You know about how the justice system treat people that come from certain places. I don't have to tell you that. I don't have to educate you on history either for you to know that this system was meant to try to humiliate and break me down. But he looked at me like I was the scum of the earth. And then, while I'm registering, I'm filling out the paperwork. I'm signing my paperwork. I'm giving him all the information he needs. Driver's license number, social security number, classes, class schedule, my signature. I'm signing paperwork. Whatever they need me to do, because I want to make sure that I am in compliance, because I don't want any problems at school. I want to graduate without the issues. And I don't want to keep having issues behind some sex case that shouldn't be anyway. You know, like, I'm tired of going through the issues behind a sex case from a female that snuck out of her home and had an angry parent that wanted to punish somebody, and that somebody was me. I'm tired of going through this. So I'm doing everything that I should do so I don't have a repeat of what took place over at HCC. So I'm registering to make sure everything is in compliance. And after I get finished signing all the paperwork and give it to him, I ask him, I say, can I have a copy of everything I just signed? And he told me no. He told me I can't have a copy of nothing, and they don't give copies of anything. And it's like, I just signed a contract with UHD to follow the rules, and you won't give me a copy of the stuff I signed. Why? Why won't you give me a copy of what I signed? Now, if anything happen or take place, it's my word against his. He could say I didn't register if he want to, and I have nothing to back up my claims of me registering except my word, and my word don't mean nothing because I'm a sex offender. He told me I will not get copies of anything. They don't give copies of anything. And he told me if I got a problem, I can call his supervisor. I didn't even ask for the supervisor information, but he told me if I have a problem, I can call his supervisor and I can ask her why they don't give copies. Dispatcher supervisor Brianna Twerk, I think that's her name, Twerk. So I'm about to call her and ask her because I do want a copy of everything I signed. You know, I think that's
This Brianna.
Hi Brianna, my name is Roshan Evans, and
Yes, sir, Mr. Evans. How can I help you this morning?
well, I just have a few questions because I'm a new student over at UHD. And I did have to register. And when I registered, signed all my paperwork, I asked the officer at the window if I can have a copy of my paperwork, and he told me no. And he told me that he don't give copies out, and if I have any kind of problem with it, he told me I can call his dispatch supervisor. I didn't even ask for the dispatch supervisor information, but he volunteered it and wrote your name and number down. So I'm calling you because I'm curious as to why I can't get a copy of the paperwork I signed.
Okay, well, one thing we do require is a copy of your schedule. That way, because we note it on the form that you filled out. And but yeah, you can come by and get it. You can come by and get a copy. It's a new policy. Now there's a new there's a new state statute, and so you have to notify us of when you're beginning your semester, and also when your semester's over. So you have to report to us before and after.
Okay.
And yeah, I can give you a copy to get. Cause a lot of times you have to give a copy to your caseworker to prove that you've registered.
Yeah,
Correct?
I'm not on probation or parole, but I like to keep everything on file.
I didn't say that. I said your caseworker.
Yeah, I would like to give her one.
That's fine. You can come out and get a copy of it. I'm going to need you to fill out a new form because you put under race, you put American. And that's either black, white, or Hispanic. as far as your race. And a lot of times, if you want to submit that copy to your caseworker, I don't know if you want your personal outburst or your personal notes on that when you give that to them. So that's up to you.
Yeah, no, I need to because when I fill that paper out, it's like they want people to conform to what they want conform, and I need the truth to be on that paper. And what happened, and I know a lot of people don't care because all they care about is you being on the registry, but they need to understand why I'm on the registry. And the reason I'm on the registry is because of an angry parent. So that all that need to be on my paperwork that I was 17 with a 16-year-old that's 1 year, 4 months younger than me.
That's between you and the court.
It is, and it need to be on my paperwork.
It is,
all of my
paperwork
paperwork.
that goes to the university, we don't need the reason why. We just need to know what your charge was, what your conviction was, in your term, and I need the legal information. I don't need any opinions.
Oh, this is not an opinion. This is
outbursts.
facts.
But the facts of the case are in the court records.
And it's gonna be on all my documents. See, if I have to fill out my paperwork, then I'm going to have to fill out my paperwork the way I fill it out.
You're going to fill it out correctly, or I will notify your caseworker. You understand?
My work is filled out correctly right now. I just need a copy of it.
You come in and fill out your paperwork correctly, and I will happily give you a copy of it. Not a problem. We have your ID. We have your card. That's you're compliant. But you need to come fill out your paperwork correctly.
It's filled out correctly.
You're not going to put any comments, because I will call your caseworker.
Well, I'm not on probation or parole, and my paperwork is filled out correctly.
This information that you give us, we report it to the state of Texas.
Great. That's what I need you to do. Report it to everybody, because everybody needs to know my story. So if you have me fill it out.
This is not your public platform to air your story or
and
your Facebook, your social media.
It's not going to be something to tear me down either.
This is an official document. This is for our records.
Correct. That need to have the proper story.
And it's required by law.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're not going to be compliant,
I'm in compliance.
If you're not going to fill the paperwork out correctly, there's no lines of place your comment here. You fill the lines out just the way it is. We keep it as for our records. Then you'll be in compliance.
Oh, I'm in compliance.
But if you have a problem, issue, or complaint, or you want to have you voice your concerns, that's between you, your caseworker, and the judge.
Well, I was just wondering why I couldn't get a copy yesterday. That's why I called.
You couldn't get a copy yesterday because we didn't have a copy of your schedule.
But he had one.
But
and he has one.
On your phone.
No, he has.
But I printed a copy of your schedule, so you don't have to bring one.
Because I sent it to him, so he had it yesterday.
No, sir. I printed it up after he had already left for the day.
So he didn't give it to you. And this is what I'm saying. It's my word. It'll be my word against his. And this is why I asked for a copy of everything that I have gave him that he didn't want to give me.
You're gonna let me talk. You're gonna let me talk. I'm gonna call your caseworker.
You can't. You keep threatening me with calling my caseworker.
No, you're not listening to
if you need to call my worker, then you call her. But my thing is, I'm calling you because I was wondering why I couldn't get a copy of everything I gave the young man yesterday. And just like I'm telling you right now, I gave him a copy of my schedule. Just like I gave him my copy yesterday.
Do you want a copy? Yes or no?
But now you're telling me he didn't have it.
Do you want a copy of your form?
And this is the reason.
I'm not going to argue with you.
You don't have to.
Yes or no?
But this is the thing.
You can come by at any time. We're here 24/7. You can pick it a copy.
So I gave him a copy yesterday of my schedule, and you telling me I didn't give him one.
He said you emailed it. So
he did get one, right?
Don't call. You said he emailed it to you. You emailed it to him, but before.
So he did get one.
Would you just hang on a minute? Stop.
He either got one or he didn't.
No,
and he got it yesterday.
He told me that you emailed him one, but he had already gone for the day by the time I got back.
So he got it. So he did get it when I was sitting there.
Let me finish.
You giving me justifications, and I don't need that.
No. Sir?
He had a schedule.
Would you let me finish?
You want to give me a justification, I got it.
I'm going to end this conversation. I have a copy of your schedule.
Thank you.
If you want a copy of your form, fine, come get it. I don't care. I'll just go ahead and leave it as it is. Keep your comments.
Well,
it doesn't mean anything to me.
See, look, I know it don't. The reason I'm calling you, see, because this is the thing.
I'm going to end this conversation because
okay. See, and it's just like that. It's like I asked for a copy of my information yesterday, but they didn't want to give me a copy of my information yesterday because they said they don't give copies to us. So they keep the information, but yet she want to bargain with me for copies if I come fill out a new form, because on my paperwork I put on there that when this case took place, I was 17 years old with a female that was 1 year and 4 months younger than me, and my charge was statutory. And I need to do that on all of my paperwork because my charge is statutory, And since my charge is statutory, people would assume I touched somebody's kid when you see statutory, and it's not like that. I ain't touched nobody's kid because I was a kid myself. But when you look at a charge that says statutory and then don't know the situation of the scenario, and you looking at me right now at the age I am at 37, I'm 37 years old. You looking at a 37-year-old with statutory, with no details of where this statutory took place or how I got a case with statutory. You looking at me like I'm some kind of pedophile, and I'm not no pedophile. I ain't touched nobody's kid. I was 17. I was a minor with a female 1 year and 4 months younger than me. So yes, that information is needed on whatever I fill out. If you want me to write I'm on some kind of sex offender registry list because of a statutory rape charge, then I need to put my age, when it took place, and her age. So I put it on there, and they want me to fill out another form without putting my age at the time of the case and putting her age. And that's how they want to give me a copy if I come and resubmit my form without putting my age and her age on the form. And it's not happening. Then you want to keep threatening me about calling my caseworker. I'm not on parole. I'm not on probation. I got a sex offender officer that I shouldn't have because my lawyer told me I would only have to do this for 10 years. This is 20 years later, and I'm still here on this list. I'm tired of these people trying to humiliate me and break me down behind this case. And I am prepared to do anything necessary to fix this case and bring this case to light because I am tired of going through the agony and the torture. These people think that they can do whatever they want to me because I'm on this list, and they don't care about how I got here. She just said it. I don't care about none of that. You need to take that up with the judge. You're not finna treat me like I went around here and I raped somebody. You're not finna treat me like I'm running around here touching people's kids without knowing the story. I'm gonna tell you the story, and then if you choose to continuously treat me the way you want to treat me, then that's on you. Because I gave you the facts. And it is what it is. The facts is the facts, and life worked the way it worked. I'm in this situation because life chose me to be in this situation. Now I need to figure out what's my next step to make improvements to these type of situations for the people that's coming behind me, because that's what matters. If I can't reap the benefits, I need to make changes for people that's gonna be coming right behind me, that's gonna go through the same issues that I just went through. Because I hate going through this, and I'm certain nobody else would want to go through this. And it's up to somebody like me to take a stand and try to fix situations like this so these situations never happen again. There's no reason I should be on a sex offender registry list under no circumstances behind statutory of a female 1 year and 4 months younger than me sneaking out of her house, attempting to have sex with me that we didn't because I couldn't get an erection. There's no reason that I should be on a sex offender registry because this girl snuck out of her home and her mama couldn't control her. There's no reason that I should be on a sex offender registry because she chose to have sex with somebody else in the house that wasn't me and she didn't know his name. There's no reason I should be on a sex offender registry list when we was kids being kids doing what we wanted to do, which was nothing except be grown when no grown folks was around. There's no reason I'm on a sex offender registry list because nothing happened out of the ordinary. Nothing happened that none of us wanted to happen. Nothing happened that should not have happened to us, at least. Maybe to her mama. But that's not a problem I should have to deal with, or the person she had sex with, or anybody else in the house. That should be a problem that that girl and her mama have to deal with. None of us. But I'm dealing with it. And it looked like I may end up having issues at UHD registration office because I'm a labeled sex offender. I will not conform to these charges. I am conformed out. I am plea dealed out. But I know I'm not done getting in trouble behind this, because people gonna forever try to punish me behind this. People gonna forever try to humiliate me behind this. And people gonna forever try to put me down behind something that they don't even care to understand. But I'm tired and I'm done bowing down to anything that have to do with this case. And I'm gonna do what I know that I feel is right. I don't care about what people think about me. I don't care about how people look at me. I don't care about how people feel around me from the decisions I make in regards to this case, because nobody understands the pain that I go through but me, because I'm going through it. Nobody else. I don't care about the fear that other people feel because they don't want to see me go through any more pain, but I'm going through the pain. And the pain ain't gonna stop until I stand up. I'd rather go through the heaviest of the heaviest pain in order to make the pain stop than continuously go through some gradual heavy pain for the rest of my life. I'd rather take all the pain in at once just so the pain to stop. I'm tired of being humiliated. And this will end one day. And if it don't end during my lifetime, it's gonna end after my lifetime for the people that come behind me, because I'm prepared and I'm standing here and I am the one that's on the cross being crucified in order to absorb the pain for everybody else. This is my job and I accept it. So I'm sitting here about to do some work, still thinking about the conversation I just had with, let's see, what is her name? I'm sitting up here thinking about the conversation I just had with Deputy Supervisor Brianna Twerk, whatever this is. And it's crazy that she wanted to use me writing some information on the paper that they wanted me to fill out that was necessary of being there, which because they asked me about my charge, CSE in the 4th degree, but now you need to know how that CSE in the 4th degree and why it's there. So since I put my age, and I was 17, and I put that she was 1 year and 4 months younger than me with the CSE 4 charge, and put American for my race, she used that as a bargaining chip for me to come and change, to take off American and put black, white, or Hispanic on the paper. And she wanted me to take off that I was 17 and she was 1 year and 4 months younger than me as a bargaining chip for me to get a copy of something that I asked for a copy of yesterday. So, in order for me to get a copy of something that I should be able to have a copy of anyway, because it's something that I'm signing, a contract between me and UHD on the grounds of me doing the right thing and staying in compliance, me agreeing to that, it's a contract, I should be able to have a copy of that. They refused to give me a copy of that paperwork unless I take off my age at the time, our age gap, and put in a color. And I can't put black. Black is not a race, first of all. And two, black is derogatory. Black is a new school nigger word. And that is just my opinion. Black, I am not black. This shirt is black. I look nothing like this shirt. Now, if they want black to go in that spot, then they need to fill out my paperwork for me. But as long as they want me to fill it out, I'm going to fill out my paperwork like I fill out everything else. And black is not my race. My charge is my charge, and I got my charge the way I got my charge. But you will not use that as a bargaining tool in order for you to do the right thing, which is give me a copy of something I signed my name on.